A gruesome animal death in Manatee County. 2 gators were found dead with their tails missing.
Florida's swamps are ruled by one creature, the American alligator. With 1.3 million of them roaming wild, armored, and ancient, they've sat unchallenged atop the food chain for millions of years. But now, something is biting them, alive. Not killing, not consuming, just ripping off their legs and vanishing. No blood, no bodies. Just healed stumps, crushed bone, and a mystery no one expected. At first, scientists pointed fingers, bull sharks, giant pythons, even beavers. Some sounded plausible, some absurd. But the injuries didn't fit. Clean, circular, brutal, like a limb caught in a hydraulic press. And worse, it wasn't just 1 or 2 cases, it was hundreds. An epidemic of missing legs. So, what predator dares attack a creature this powerful? Or was the truth hiding somewhere far more disturbing? Power of the predator. Crocodilians are apex predators in the purest sense. Found across every continent except Europe and Antarctica, they sit at the undisputed top, not near it, not sharing it, but owning it completely. Saltwater crocodiles can grow over 5 meters long, weigh up to a ton, and clamp their jaws with 16,000 newtons of pressure. That's like a 2.5-ton car pressing down on a fingertip. They've crushed buffalo skulls. They've taken down horses. In Africa, even lions have fallen prey. In Florida, alligators are no less terrifying. They're fast, accelerating underwater like dolphins. And they're everywhere, in lakes, backyards, even school parking lots. A 4-meter gator is a living tank, armed with armor-thick skin and death roll precision. Once it latches on, escape is nearly impossible. And yet, that's what makes the mystery so chilling. A predator this powerful, one that doesn't fear sharks, lions, or leopards, is somehow getting its limbs bitten off while still alive. Not killed, not eaten, just wounded. Who could possibly do that? The first suspect. Among over 500 shark species, one stands out as especially feared, even by scientists, the bull shark. Found throughout Florida's shallow rivers, lakes, and coastlines, it's aggressive, unpredictable, and doesn't need salt water to survive. Thanks to a special salt regulation system, it can swim hundreds of miles inland. In fact, one was once caught chasing a juvenile alligator up the Indian River, where no one expected sharks at all. Bull sharks routinely attack young gators. A 2017 study revealed 7% of juvenile alligators had shark bite marks. There's even footage of a bull shark dragging a baby gator away. But here's the catch. The victim is always small. Sharks only go after juveniles under 1.5 meters. A full-grown gator, too big, too armored, too risky. And most importantly, sharks don't just bite legs. When they attack, they consume. They don't nibble, they devour. The wounds scientists are seeing, circular, isolated, clean, don't match any known shark behavior. So, while bull sharks are violent and territorial, they're ruled out. They're predators, yes, but not the kind that leaves a 3-legged alligator swimming away. Nature's unexpected predator. It sounds ridiculous, but in 2011, a viral photo showed a beaver dragging a young alligator ashore and gnawing it to pieces. Beavers may look harmless, but they're territorial and shockingly strong. Their front teeth, sharpened by iron enamel, can chew through hardwood. And apparently, soft reptile flesh too. With bite forces nearing 700-pound force per square inch, they rival pit bulls. In the wild, they've attacked snapping turtles, even killed a man in Canada by severing his leg artery. They're not all bark and no bite, but again, the details don't align. Beavers target injured or dead prey. They don't actively fight healthy adult alligators. They also don't crush bones or leave round, compressed wounds. Their attacks are messy, frantic, not surgical. So, while it's true a beaver once ate a gator, they aren't to blame for this widespread epidemic of limb loss. The bite marks are too deep, too clean, too strong. Cute or not, the beaver exits the list of suspects. Powerful, but not precise. Now we step into darker waters. With up to 300,000 Burmese pythons slithering through the Everglades, Florida is ground zero for a slow-moving ecological war. These invasive giants can stretch over 6 meters and crush bones with up to 140 kilopascals of pressure, enough to flatten a boar's leg like a soda can. Unlike sharks or beavers, pythons can, and do, attack adult alligators. There are documented cases of snakes swallowing gators whole or dying mid-meal when their stomachs rupture. Their constriction targets weak points, especially legs, which matches the crushed bone and clean damage ecologists have found. Even the attack zones line up with known python territory. It's a compelling match. But pythons don't do partial damage. They constrict to kill, then consume. They don't strike, maim, and flee. And yet, many of these injured alligators survive, scarred, but alive. So while pythons are part of the ecological chaos, they're not the one taking legs and leaving survivors. Their brutality is complete. Someone, or something, else is pulling its punches. The real culprit. After eliminating sharks, beavers, and pythons, scientists had to face the most unexpected truth. The attacker was the alligator itself. Not a new species, not an external threat. Just brutal internal conflict. Gators turning on their own kind. Between 2000 and 2020, United States Geological Survey data revealed that 6-8% of adult alligators carry bite scars from other alligators, a number far higher than expected. During breeding season, the aggression spikes. From April to June, battles for territory escalate, and injuries soar. A single misstep during a standoff can lead to a bone-crushing bite. Legs are easy targets. And when a predator with a bite force 3 times stronger than a lion clamps down, it doesn't take long to sever a limb. What's remarkable is that many of these attacks aren't fatal. They're dominance displays, warnings, one bite to end the fight. That's why so many survivors exist. They're not prey. They're rivals, removed from competition. In Texas and Louisiana, alligators have been seen dragging rivals into muddy dens, letting flesh rot for days before eating. Others attack while still digesting prey. Jonathan Warner from Texas Parks and Wildlife put it bluntly, they don't stop when they're full, they just keep going. Cannibalism across the animal kingdom. Alligator cannibalism sounds brutal, but in nature, it's alarmingly common. Lions kill rival cubs to force females into mating sooner. In the Serengeti, 1/4 of lion cub deaths come from other lions, not hyenas or predators. For male lions, it's not just about food, it's strategy. In the ocean, it starts even earlier. The sand tiger shark practices intrauterine cannibalism, one embryo devouring the others before birth. By the time it's born, it's already killed 6 siblings and grown big enough to survive on its own. Spiders, scorpions, snakes, they all do it. The Australian redback spider eats its mate mid-act. Female rattlesnakes have been documented consuming their own unhatched young. Insects, reptiles, mammals. Across the tree of life, cannibalism is less taboo than it is tactical. It's not mindless violence, it's adaptation. Resource scarcity, mating advantages, population control. Cannibalism is often the shortest path to survival. And for Florida's overpopulated, prey-starved alligators, it's now a brutal norm, not a rare anomaly. Biology of the beast. What's even more astonishing than the injuries is the recovery. Alligators survive trauma that would kill most mammals, often without infection, without bleeding out, and without even slowing down. Their secret? A biological arsenal built for survival. Their immune systems are nearly bulletproof. Studies show that the proteins in their blood destroy bacteria like E. coli and Staphylococcus with 10-20 times the efficiency of human immune cells. In dirty swamp water, that means survival where others would rot. On top of that, their blood vessels constrict instantly when wounded, limiting blood loss. And though they can't shed limbs like lizards, their bodies allow necrotic limbs to slowly detach, all without systemic collapse. Pain barely registers. Neurologically, gators release a flood of natural painkillers when injured. No shock, no panic, just adaptation. One gator at Gatorland lived over a decade on 3 legs. Another, with just 2 limbs, was still hunting fish. For a species designed in the age of dinosaurs, survival isn't a matter of luck. It's built into the bones. The capybara exception. Adult alligators may be apex predators, but their young are vulnerable to nearly everything. Hatchlings are hunted by eagles, bobcats, river otters, even piranhas in South America. Burmese pythons swallow them whole, Florida panthers stalk them at water's edge. It's a brutal start to life. But the strangest relationship of all? Alligators and capybaras. In the Amazon, these massive rodents, slow, clawless, and defenseless, are often seen lounging beside crocodiles. Not hunted, not harmed, just tolerated. The reason? Capybara feces. Rich in recycled protein, their droppings offer crocodiles an effortless snack. Compared to the energy required to kill a 70-kilogram capybara, eating waste is easier, and nature always chooses the efficient path. So, sometimes crocodiles act like bodyguards, not out of friendship, but opportunism. It's a surreal alliance, driven not by empathy, but economics. And in ecosystems under pressure, these odd compromises are becoming more common. Predator and prey sharing space when hunger isn't urgent enough to break the peace. Florida's swamps are shifting, with invasive pythons multiplying, prey disappearing, and apex predators clashing more than ever. The old balance is collapsing. Alligators, once untouchable, are now losing limbs in territorial crossfire. But they're not just victims, they're evolving. A three-legged gator that survives, adapts, and thrives becomes nature's newest blueprint. It's not survival of the fittest, it's survival of the most adaptable. And while humans watch from the sidelines, the swamp rewrites its rules. Should we intervene, or let an ancient ecosystem fight its own battles? If pythons keep rising, Florida may become a haunted marsh ruled by an outsider. But maybe, just maybe, the scars we see today are the first signs of a brutal kind of evolution, one limb at a time. What do you think? What will Florida's wild look like in 20 years? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, because this is just one of many shocking stories still unfolding.